because his kid went to.
Yeah.
Because like he started, and I'm looking at him like, who is this guy? And then somebody said something about like even my director was like Bad Moonrise, and I'm like, oh, that's Andrew Ray. His expert tutelage did not help them. I think his kid went to Notre Dame for a hot second. We'll listen to I know for sure. I would say we come up on kickoff. Like before things actually go. My guess would be all of 30 seconds.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Divine Child. As a reminder, for safety purposes, throughout tonight's game, we ask that the main rail on both sides of the stands be kept clear, as well as the walkways heading to your seats. Please make sure you proceed to your seats as quickly as possible. Thank you.
We'll get the whole thing. We'll just lock down and we'll shut down.
Ground and pound, baby. Ground and pound.
Yeah. Yep.
Grind that clock. Grind that clock.
I'm gonna say probably not until same thing. I think they probably wanted to, unless there's something coming down to the wire, we'll try to do as much ramp up to the game as possible. But thank everybody that's working with us. I apologize. Call bars. I love it. I saw the way you wrote that. I'm like, that ain't right, but it works for me. It's all good.
Put that right back here so I can so loud. What do I blow this thing? A touchdown? I didn't know. Nobody told me. God, they left me out to dry. Don't put the battery on. Hell, and don't lose the nickel out of it either. Because that's holding the latch down so it don't latch on. Because when it latches on, you got to pull the latch to get it back on. So we got a digger rig right now. We got a rig. Hey, what do we need for the horn? You got me. Run, please, Grandma, run, please.
evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Divine Child for tonight's football matchup between the visiting Crusaders of Unity Christian High School and your Divine Child Falcons. Tonight's officials are line judge Jim Reno, head linesman Jefferson Buckles, umpire Anthony Green, back judge Greg Retzlaff, referee David Recknagel. We ask that all spectators please show our referees and officials tonight the utmost respect and admiration for all the
Feel free to kick that box.
I don't know if I'll kick it, but I might move it.
That's fine.
Are you going to try and keep any stats?
I'm gonna do. I mean, nah, touchdowns is probably the best I can do. Touchdowns and picks is probably the best I can do. Yeah, it'd be great if we could get somebody down there keeping track of that sort of thing. But, I mean, we almost lost our week like this, right? So we much like the Crusaders, we got razor thin margins.
Razor thin margin.
Yeah, I think we'll have a steady stream of sun behind the clouds.
Yeah, it is right.
Just took it to 11 for a second there. Any updates?
We gotta have updates on the Tiger game.
I can do my best. I'll text my wife. She's got good seats. I know.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's brutal, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, such as life.
Yeah. But how often does that happen?
Almost. Then that's why I kept telling her. I'm like, this is a kind of a historic thing. You need to go and
It is.
have fun. Don't be late.
Yep.
Stay for at least most of the game. Bring me back a snack.
Bring me back a snack. You got any kids?
dog.
I was gonna say.
I always see that.
No, it can't be.
There's a lot of these names running.
Check two.
gentlemen, led by drum majors Penny Serrano and Landon Bermudez, here is your 2026 Divine Child Marching Band. Just getting warmed up. You can do better than that. Let's hear you, folks. Get ready. Let's go, Red. Okay, DC. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Divine Child High School's Alumni Athletic Complex. All Catholic League schools, especially Unity Christian and the Divine Child Falcons, hope to be about both.
Welcome to Divine Child Alumni Athletic Field for tonight's contest between Divine Child and Hudsonville Unity Christian. Nick, some would say this is a rematch from last year.
Some would say that. I would say that. I think everybody's saying that. The first of two rematches. This is the two upcoming matchups between these two schools, which is obviously rematch of last year's state championship game.
1974.
Yes, it was a game that Divine Child won 23-22. Some big plays in the final moments by the Falcons, securing that victory. And we're getting ready here for our national anthem. People have risen, men have taken off their hats. And let's listen to our national anthem.
For a moment of silence in memory of these students and of all the DC alumni we have lost over the past year. Fly high, Falcons. May they rest in peace. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able. As is the tradition in the Catholic League, we welcome Divine Child Pastor Father Bob to lead us in the Lord's Prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor our servicemen and women, as well as all our first responders. We welcome Assistant Director of Bands, Mr. Paul Abbott, and Senior Student Penny Serrano to lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed.
This big crowd appreciative of that rendition of our Star Spangled Banner. And we are just moments away from kicking it off here at Divine Child. As we were saying, Nick, a lot of people look at this as a rematch, but the reality of it is these two teams are different. The seniors have graduated, the younger people have moved up, the underclassmen have moved up, and there's a different composition to both of these teams.
Yeah, there's always going to be that different composition. There's going to be different ways to attack things, and that is exactly what Coach Tibby was telling me before the game. He talked about all the seniors that have went on their way. They've still got a lot of returning kids, but it's just different faces in different places, and it's not a huge squad over there at Unity. We look across the field there, and you can see that there's not a ton of kids. You're going to see a lot of different looks from Unity today. They're talking about even trying out different quarterbacks for this first matchup, for this first game.
Well, the first game of the season is always interesting from a personnel perspective. Coaches trying to see who their real players are, who the kids are that are going to step up. And we'll see a lot of that here tonight. Divine Child is going to receive the kickoff here. They're off to our right wearing the red home uniforms. Hudson Unityville Christian going to be kicking off. And they'll be kicking off into a slight breeze that's moving here from our left to our right, it looks like, although I would expect this to die down once the game starts.
Yeah, you'd say that that's swirling a little bit over there on the north side of the field, and there's the kickoff.
Short kickoff taken at the 19-yard line and trying to get to the outside there, not successfully, is Rayshawn Thomas for the Falcons. So they're going to set up shop at their own 26-yard line. And onto the field comes the Falcon offense, led by their outstanding quarterback, Drew Sheridan.
Yeah, Sheridan was at the helm of things last year for the championship, and Laney just has the best things to say about this kid. Just moving into it, he said, you're just going to love watching him again this year.
Andre Davis Jr., the ball carrier.
First play, a short run up the middle. That looked like Davis. Andre carrying the ball.
Second down for the Falcons.
Just underway here at Divine Child. No score, first quarter.
And DC, we talked about different players, but DC does have 27 seniors, John.
It would be interesting to see if the Crusaders on the other side of the field even have 27 players.
I believe Coach Tibby said something to the realm of 14 returners.
And that again appears to be Andre Davis off the left side. Looks like we're going to have a third down and 2 yards to go here. Short two.
Third down for the Falcons. Ball spotted at the 34.
And we're seeing those Crusaders making those plays on defense. That's going to be a lot of the same names and numbers on the offensive side as well.
Sheridan looks things over, taking his time. And again, they're going to go to Davis, and he's got the first down, cutting back over the left side and taking the ball over the 41-yard line.
For a gain of 5, which is enough for a Falcon first down. It will be first down at 10 for the Falcons. Ball spotted on the 41-yard line. Isaiah Williams with the tackle for Unity Christian.
So all run plays for Divine Child right off the jump, John.
Trying to take control of the line of scrimmage. Sheridan, first pass of the game, drops it off there to number 2 on the far outside. He's got some running room, pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets a big gain. That's Giancarlo Vitti.
Yeah, Vidi's a name that everybody in these stands are used to. Like his brother had quite a postseason last year, and Giancarlo wants to pick up and really carry things where his family namesake is brought in.
Falcons operating from the Crusaders' 42-yard line here in the first quarter. That's Davis in the backfield along with Sheridan. Man in motion there is Vidi. And Sheridan wants to go deep. He's got a man down there, and that ball is caught for a touchdown.
Amir Dampier, I believe, was the catch on that. Great picture-perfect pass down into the end zone. Divine Child draws first blood, and there you can see it. You can see Sheridan.
The Falcons striking first.
Eli Lewis set to kick for the Falcons.
We're going to call that a 42-yard touchdown pass. And now we got a whistle stopping play. Somebody's got not enough men on the field, I believe.
Strangely, I think it's DC.
Oh, they got to change balls. That's what it is. You know, we've gotten so sophisticated. Got to have the kicking ball. Got to have the running ball.
Well, if I'm the kicker, man, no, man, go give me the good one, right? Give me my own. Let Dampier have that ball. Let Vidi have that ball, and give me my own.
Lewis will try the extra points. Snap, spot, boot, up, and good. And just like that, with 9:23 to go here in the first quarter, Falcons on top, 7-0.
Now, if you're Divine Child, that's everything you could have wanted and then some, right? They wanted to receive. They've got this huge home crowd rooting them on, and they just marched down the field, and then a big splash play at the end to get in the end zone. And I do like what they did. They seemed like they really softened up the front four for Unity Christian to open up that shotgun long pass to get in.
42-yard reception by Amir Dampier.
So officially we just heard it's 42. You called it 41, didn't you?
We're going to have to check that because I was pretty sure what that was.
Lewis set to kick off for the Falcons.
Lewis is going to boot it off here from his own 40-yard line. Falcons lead at 7-0.
Need somebody to kick it too. Crusaders taking their time coming out of that huddle to get out there and set up. Can't imagine you're going to see any shenanigans here. You're probably going deep. But hey, you never know, right?
You took the words right out of my mouth. We saw shenanigans from this team in the D4 championship game. Among those, a fake punt and a fake 1-point conversion for a 2-point try, which the Falcons intercepted. Here's the boot. It's a high kick, and it's going to be taken at the 6-yard line. Across the 10, 15 to the 20, 25 to the 30, trying to get to the outside and finally going down just short of the 37-yard line.
Senior Jack Portenga was the reception there. And, yeah, no left to right, no trying to get too crazy, just right up the gut, right?
30-yard return. It'll be first down and 10 for the Crusaders. Ball spotted on their own 36.
Now we'll see what Unity Christian can do other side of the ball.
Well, last year this team ran out of the T formation a lot of the time, and they didn't throw many passes. And what do we have here?
I feel like we had a busted play. Yeah, busted play. I think Isaiah Williams, the quarterback, turned and tried to go to somebody, but we do have a flag on the play.
Encroachment against the defense.
Offsides, and that is a bummer for DC, but happy accident for the Crusaders.
Yeah, and they'll take that, being down 7-0 here in the first quarter. So the ball is just over the 40-yard line where it's going to be first down and let's call it 5.
Well, you mentioned how Unity likes to play out of that tee, but that doesn't stop them from putting points up on the board. They've got a lot of talented athletes. They've had talented athletes for years, so they can make things happen. It's not like it's always 3 yards in a cloud of dust for these guys. Here it comes now.
They're going to throw this one, and they got a man out there, and that is going to be pass interference. That was just blatant, even though the crowd down in front of us of Divine Child faithful moaned on that play.
Yeah, Adam Garcia, I believe, number 22 down there.
Pass interference against the Falcons is the call.
So 2 first downs for the Crusaders here.
A 15-yard penalty.
So,
is enough
like
for
we've
a
seen,
first
I mean,
down.
the
It'll
first
be a
game of the
first
year,
down
John,
again for the
so
Crusaders.
consistently comes down
Ball
to
is spotted
turnovers
at the Divine Child, 44
and penalties.
yard line.
Whoever commits less of those things comes away with the W. So Divine Child already points up on the board, but defensively they've got some stuff to clean up.
There's a quick hitter off the left side and then cutting back up the middle. That is number 4. And that is,
Portenga,
again,
the
Jack
ball carrier.
Portenga.
A gain of 12 on the play is enough for a Crusaders first down. First down and 10. Ball spotted at the Divine Child, 31.
Seems like Jack's going to get a lot of work here tonight.
I think we might be in for that, for a little Jack Portenga for us.
And that time they give it to Dirks. Hudson trying the right side.
Dirks,
Looks like
the
he
ball
got 4.
carrier.
Let's call it second down and
A gain of
6.
4 on the play.
Clock running with 8.5 left here in the first quarter. Falcons on top, 7-0.
Joe Muscat and Andre Davis Jr. in on the tackle for the Falcons.
Quick hitter off the left side, and that's number 2, Dirks again getting the call. He's close
Dirks,
to the
the ball
first down, but I don't think he
punches
got it.
forward for a gain of 3.
And Isaiah Williams continues under center for right now. He's a tall kid back there. It's good. You got to have a good-sized quarterback to see over some of those hosses in front of you.
Jackson Kelly with the tackle for the Falcons. It'll be third down and 2.
Third down here and short. They're going to go off the left side. There's the first down and more by Portenga. And that ball is going to be put down on the 16-yard line.
Which is enough for a Crusader first down.
And I don't think it's too crazy of a statement to say this one's going to be one in the trenches tonight.
Falcons 16.
Quarterback keeping this one, trying to get to the outside. Oh, and a great play by number 3.
Michael DeSalvo comes up from the nickel side and makes a huge open field tackle.
Behind the line of scrimmage by Michael DeSalvo. A loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up second down.
And they're lucky he didn't lose more than just 1 yard. That was Isaiah Williams carrying the ball. Now he looks over to the sideline, looking up at the clock. And here we go. It's going to be a pass over the middle, and that's going to be an easy touchdown to Hudson Dirks.
Yeah, great play by Williams there. Great play, action play. Everybody for Divine Child bit on it, and that opened up Dirks dead center of the field.
Divine Child 7, Unity Christian 6.
Let's call that an 18-yard touchdown pass. So both teams going to the air here so far, Nick, for big plays.
Big splash plays is where it's at for this one so far. Just a mere, not even 5 minutes into this first quarter. And it looks like Hudsonville going for 2.
Yeah, it looks like it, but looks can be deceiving, as we saw in the championship game last year at Ford Field. Williams hands it off, and guess who that is?
Portenga for
Portenga
another
again. Yep.
solid off-tackle left run.
Jack Portenga with the 2
Yeah, they
yard
seem very comfortable going left side of the center, so we got to find out exactly who that young gentleman is, but he's clearing openings, and Portenga sees it.
So both teams with the ball once, both teams marching down the field, cashing in on a pass play. The difference here, the 8-7 lead on the part of the Crusaders, is the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, the 2-point conversion, obviously, if you're just going to go down that route, numbers say it's going to work for you more often than it doesn't, and Unity Christian seems to be on that playbook. But it also interesting, both teams started out with a run, really wanted to establish the run before they either went play action or made something happen up the middle of the field. There's that sun slowly setting over Wayne County right now. Coming down.
Very slowly, Nick.
Not
in
to
my
your
face. There's the whistle, and here we go. Oh, a nice one-handed grab back at the 7-yard line by Damphy, and he's got some running room. Damphy off to the races, 40, 35, 30, 25, 15, 10, 5, goodbye. Touchdown Falcons.
Amir Damphy, are you kidding me? He just barely snagged that one-handed lefty, and then he looked up and he was gone. Yeah. There is a flag down on the field, the 45-yard line. It doesn't seem like it would have been close to where Damphy was running, but irrelevant concept if there was a block in the back or a hold, even that far away. But I honestly can't get over what Damphy did to bring that down. And it will go down as a hold.
So this one is coming back after the 90-some yard run by Damphy. And they're going to mark off the penalty from the 40-yard line.
That'll take the wind out of the sails of this crowd, right? Like you can already hear the murmuring
after.
Absolutely. I mean, it was so exciting. It was so bang, bang, so fast. And now there's just a lot of,
At 10 yards, we march back from the spot of the foul. It'll be first down and 10 for the Falcons. Ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line.
So they're starting at 30 as opposed to the touchdown or even a really great return. Can't take it away from what Damphy did. That was a really spectacular, fun run he had there.
Falcons come up to the line of scrimmage here with 6:51 left in the first quarter, trailing by a point. Sheridan barks the signals. They're going to give it to the running back there, who stumbles as he crosses the line.
Johnson, the ball carrier, gets tripped up,
and that's Julian Johnson.
Yeah, Julian Johnson got tripped up right at the line there. He tried to go off tackle left.
With the tackle after a gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8. Ball spotted on the 32.
And now if you're DC, you need to try to get those blocks back in order. Clean up any of those problems that you had on defense, clean up what just happened on that kickoff, and get moving.
Penalties have played a big part in this game so far. And there once again is Johnson, who's pushed back. They're going to give him to the 35-yard line, so it's going to be third and 5.
Ball spotted at the 35.
So they seem bent on pushing forward with the run game, but 3rd and 5, John, you think they got to dial up some sort of pass play, maybe a screen pass. Maybe look for Vidi on the outside.
Falcons looking for another first down here on their second drive of the game. They cashed in the first drive with a long touchdown pass. Sheridan calls the signals. Back he goes. Wants to throw. Looking. Now he's got a man down there, and he dumps it off, and the ball is dropped by Vidi. And you just don't see that very often.
No, and Vidi, as soon as it went off his hands, he put those hands right up to his helmet. He wasn't pleased with himself. I think he was already turning, looking upfield, thinking about how much gain I can get, as opposed to seeing that down, using those triangle fingers to bring it down.
Yeah, and Vidi had nothing but green grass in front of him, too. I don't blame him for looking downfield a little bit.
Is that grass down there? Is that grass down there?
Well, figuratively speaking, right? There's the snap and the kick. Fair catch called for back at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Crusaders will set up shop. 1st and 10.
Brody Scott knocked that one away. Great distance if you're talking about high school punter right there. But he just barely avoided that one coming back and knocking down into him.
Let's go, defense!
So Unity Christian with the ball for the second time. They took it down the field the first time, aided by several penalties whistled against the Falcons. And as you said, first game of the season, you expect a lot of that.
Yeah, you expect that, but talking to Coach Chris Laney, his guys know what this matchup is. This isn't set to be, hey, let's just ease our way into the season. They know who they're playing.
And that was a quick hitter up the middle, number 35 carrying the football there.
With the ball carrier.
And that was a little bit of a run play action because it seemed like it was going to go to Jack Portenga again, and then it went up the right to Bremer.
43.
Running room to the outside here before the Falcons close in and choke them off.
Need another linebacker! Maintain outside the
That's
game.
Dirks,
Dirks.
the ball carrier.
Dirks got 5, so let's call it 2nd down and 5 with the clock running and coming up on the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter.
Yeah, a lot of run plays means that clock's going to be running as well.
Yes, it will. There's the snap. Again, they go quick hitter up the middle, and this time the Falcons stop them pretty quickly. That's number 35, Bremer, carrying the ball.
Yeah, the first time they fell for that misdirection from Portenga, this time around they sniffed that out real quickly. So kudos to the DC defense for keeping their heads on a swivel and really paying attention to who's getting that ball in their gut.
3rd and short. Falcons looking for a stop, and they're not going to get it. That's a first down for Hudsonville Unity Christian on the Divine Child side of the field at the 45-yard line.
Was that Hudson Dirks, I believe, on the carry up the middle? He seems to be their go-to guy, their goal line guy maybe right there.
Again, they're going to try the right side, and they've got Rumen out here. Again, that is Bremer with it, and he's got another first down.
You know, something else about Unity Christian, they don't waste any time. They get to that line of scrimmage, it feels like they know, and as soon as I say that, of course, they're taking a little bit of time. They're switching a guy out. Previous to that, though, they're moving quickly. It seems like they know their whole sequence of plays before it happens.
Right up the middle they go again. Nice deception on the part of this Hudsonville Unity Christian team. The ground game is preventing some challenges here for Divine Child.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mentioned it while DC was in control of the ball that this is going to be a game in the trenches, and currently that's Unity Christian's trenches to hold.
This time the Falcons are going to stop him real quickly. That's Portenga.
The ball carrier stood up at the line by a host of Falcons.
Sun heads behind another cloud now. As once again, slowly but surely, we're trying to mark it down.
2nd down, let's say no gain on first down. So it's 2nd and 10 at the Divine Child 20-yard line. Again, quick hitter up the middle. This time the Falcon defense shuts it down after a couple of yards.
After a short gain.
I'm not going to lie, that misdirection even got me. I thought for sure Portenga had that ball in his hand, and I was tracking him the whole way. So this squad does a great job of
right
mixing
side
things
running
up.
room inside the 5-yard line, and down to the 2 goes number 27, Isaac Gibson, and I think that's his first carry.
First time we've called Gibson's name, and he's got a lot to show for it. That young man refused to go down.
A 15-yard gain.
And opens up a huge opportunity for the Crusaders.
First and goal, yep. And there is a touchdown according to the Marauders, and there's the official signal. So 10 plays, 65 yards, and just like that, the Crusaders have opened up a 7-point lead.
The score, Unity Christian 14, Divine Child 7.
Folks, if you're watching this at home, hopefully on Cdtv, on YouTube, on Facebook, I'm here to tell you, John is spot on. He's just keeping track of things old school on this blank piece of paper down here. He's got tick marks. He asked me, he's like, hey, you're going to keep track of stats and running plays. I'm like, nah, probably not. So he's just taking it upon himself to do it, and he's crushing it. That's a veteran.
You are too kind with your comments. 2-point conversion, apparently. We always have to say that.
I feel like this is the Unity Christian MO, though. I really do believe that if they walk up there, they're going for it.
Yeah, and they got it. That's number 27. And if he scored the touchdown, why not give him the ball?
Conversion attempt is good by
Isaac Gibson, a rare junior out there for the Crusaders, for either of these squads, truly. And yeah, Gibson gets into the end zone for the TD, give it back to him, and Unity Christian up 16-7 in front of a rather stunned, quiet Falcon faithful crowd right now.
Would you like to get more involved with Divine Child Athletics?
If I remember correctly, Unity Christian had the lead at halftime of the state championship as well. So DC playing from behind, nothing new to them.
Link under the athletics tabs to register and find out more information.
That's a big 2-point conversion because it makes this a 2-possession game if you're rooting for Divine Child.
2-possession game, but still a lot of game left to be played. 2:09 to play in the first quarter here.
I can't help but think, Nick, we're in for a score fest.
I hope so. I hope it doesn't just stop. Do you have enough paper there? Do you have enough blank sheets of paper?
I think I got a backup sheet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What I really think that what DC wants is a repeat of Amir Damphir to try to do what he did last time he came up with this.
There's the whistle, and here comes the kick. It's a short kick, and it's caught off a deflection. That is a very alert play by that young man, number 20, Julian Johnson.
Super alert, and so many bad things could have happened. I didn't see exactly that first player whose hands it went right through. I mean, that ball could have went anywhere. But like you said, Johnson saw it the whole way, stuck with it, and then wisely just buried it, just down, doesn't want to be a hero, doesn't want to try anything extra. Yeah, and now the Divine Child has good field position to start this drive.
So let's call it the 39-yard line. Falcons down by a score of 16-7 as we approach the final 2 minutes here of the first quarter. There's a swing pass out there. That's Vitti, and Vitti's trying to get to the outside, swings back, and is down, but not before a big gain down to the 20, let's check that, the 33-yard line.
And Giancarlo Vitti just, I mean, he's a playmaker, right? He's the guy that they want to see make things happen. He's said, Coach Laney said, he wants to put this team on his shoulders, and you're seeing that so far in this game.
Neil Nickel with the eventual tackle for the Crusaders.
Sheridan calling the signals now, lone setback, and they're going to give it to him. That's number 22 off the right side. That's Garcia, Adam Garcia.
Adam Garcia, the ball carrier. Jack
Adam
Martenga.
Garcia, another senior, one of the many seniors out there for Divine Child.
Skolton.
You know, even if these seniors weren't a major part of the team last year, they were still getting reps. So when they come out this year, they've got a little bit of confidence walking out on that field.
Falcons going heavy to the left, and they're going to try to get outside over there. There's the cutback, and number 10 taking the ball. That's Davis Jr.
The ball carrier.
And Andre's got some nice yardage and a first down.
First down. It'll be first down and 10.
Great blocking on the outside by Divine Child to get that first down. Their guys in the trench are working their behinds off to push that defensive line from the Crusaders.
Austin DeYoung with the tackle for the Crusaders.
First and 10, ball inside the 25-yard line. There's a swing pass at the outside and plenty of room out there for for Vitti, and Vitti is into the end zone for a 24-yard touchdown.
Giancarlo Vitti one more time making plays, making things happen, and most importantly, making dudes miss. He must have broken away from 3 different players on the outside, and he goes 0 to 100 faster than the Camaros that are going up and down Telegraph by my house.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Somebody who lives near Telegraph. Falcons taking a play from the Unityville Christian playbook. They're going to try for 2 here, and they're going to come up well short as the visitors smell that one out.
The 2-point conversion attempt is no good. That keeps the score. Unity Christian 16, Divine Child 13.
But the Falcons are back within 3 here in the final minute of the first quarter. And if you're a spectator at this game, Nick, I don't think you could ask for much more.
No, if you're a spectator for this game, you're already getting a little tired out. Actually, if you're the commentator, you might already be getting a little tired out because there's a lot going on. We'll persevere, though.
Falcons are going to boot it away now. The wind still swirling a little bit here.
That's a nice fall breeze as Michigan moves into the fall season.
Oh, I'm not sure I want to think about that.
Yeah, nobody wants golf season to be over, so
No.
I understand that.
No, I'm not even a golfer, I can tell you
Eli
that.
Lewis set to kick off for the Falcons.
So Lewis has teed it up. He moves forward, and here's the kick, and it's a booming kick, and it's going to be fielded down at the 3-yard line by number 23, Retman. And Hunter brings it up just short of the 20-yard line, and that's where the visitors are going to take over with 39 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Julian Johnson with the tackle.
Yeah, Lewis has got a boot on him, and it's not the type of foot where it blasts past the end zone and you just get that touchback for the other team. He's dropping it in exactly where you want it to be on the 2-3 yard line.
An up and down game here so far. And I think the onus is going to be on the 2 defenses to try and stop the other offense.
Yeah, who can get the last stop, I think, is what we're in for here this evening.
Full house backfield. They're going to try the right side. And again, big hole over there. Chris Laney, the DC coach, can't be happy with this.
You mentioned that, and that's exactly right. He's got to be looking to his guys to try to pick out and figure out how are we going to close those gaps? How are we going to close that A gap specifically next to those centers? But only with 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter, they'll have a little bit of extra time to talk about it and think about it, and so will we.
Yes, we will. Crusaders going to let the clock run out here, so we're going to come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Hudsonville Unity Christian 16, Divine Child 13, and it's been an up and down game, Nick.
Up and down, back and forth, whatever dichotomy you want to throw out there to anybody, that's exactly what it's been. But also, like you said, I mean, this is what you pay for to come and see, right? Like you want to see the back and forth game. You don't want to see one team smoking the other team. Like that's no fun, right? That's not why we set up all these cameras 5 hours ago. We want to see a great matchup. But yeah, the trick for both of these teams is, I mean, for Unity Christian especially, it's not a big secret that they're running the ball up the gut, right? So if you're DC, you're bringing up more linebackers.
And as soon as you bring up more linebackers, what are they going to do?
They go over the top.
They go over the top. This is a well-coached Hudsonville Unity Christian team. They got a good game plan here. They're forcing the Falcons to try and stop the running game, and the Falcons haven't had a lot of success with that yet. And when they do manage to stop it on a couple of plays in a row, they go outside or they go over the top.
Yeah, you mentioned well coached. I've had a chance to speak to their coach, Craig Tibby. He's been their coach since 2003, so he's been out there for a little bit. From the inception of this program, he's been their coach, and you don't see that very much nowadays.
No, you certainly don't. Quarterback rolling out. He's got a man wide open in the flat out here, and that's going to be a first down and more. That's number 2, Dirks, fighting for extra yardage right in front of the Divine Child bench.
Dirks refusing to go down. He must have brought half the Divine Child team down that field with him. And Unity Christian has more than a few guys that can absorb punishment and take these defenders with them. They've got a lot of hard-nosed kids down there.
Right up the middle they go on the first option of that triple option that they're running out of the tee.
Jackson Peterson, the ball carrier.
And that was Jackson carrying the ball.
It's the first time we've called his name. Probably may or may not be the last. Coach Tibby says he's more than happy to cycle through different players, cycle through different quarterbacks today. He wants to do a little bit of everything. And the first game of the year, that's what you do, right? Like it's still kind of a tryout. Who are our starters going to be? Who are our most reliable, dependable dudes out there?
Yeah, this is where you try and sort things out, and that one is right up the middle, too. And this time the Falcons are there to stop it. That's number 23 for Divine Child, I believe, who had him by the ankles, and that's Connor Islam.
Connor Imsland with the tackle.
And Unity Christian with a new quarterback in there. That's Neil Nickel in there under center now.
Big third down play here, as most third downs are. Just underway, second quarter. There's the handoff, and there's the first down and more. And that running game just continues to be one that generates positive yardage for the visitors.
Yeah, 9-yard gain on 3rd and 4. You love that all day long. Yeah, continues to be Jack Portenga. Portenga got a little bit of a pop at the end of it for his efforts.
Now they got a new quarterback in here, that's Nickel, and Nickel's going to put it on his hip and try and get to the outside, and that's not going to happen as the Falcons smell that one out.
Yeah, the old RPO, the run play option, is kind of the newish hotness around college football and the pros a smidge. And you see some high schoolers trying to do the same thing as well. And maybe that's Nickel's deal. Maybe that was less of the deal for Isaiah Williams and more of a bag for Neil Nickel.
So Nickel now under center, calls the signals, and that's going to be a procedure penalty.
Yeah, almost definitely false
Illegal
start.
procedure against the offense is the call. That'll be a 5-yard penalty and repeat second down.
For as many run plays as Unity Christian runs, it's shocking that that's their first penalty on that call, honestly.
It really is, considering what they're doing out there. You know, first game of the season, too.
Yeah, they seem to be clicking on all cylinders. I mean, honestly, both of these squads really are. We talked about a couple of problems that DC had with the penalties, but overall their execution has been really good, both sides of the ball.
This will be interesting now. Second down and long, and they're going to try the running play. And again, the Falcons smell that one out after maybe a 2-yard gain.
Chopped down close to the line
they
of scrimmage
tried to
by
go
Connor
right side, and maybe the
Imsland for a
Falcons
short
are
gain.
starting to see a
That'll bring
little
up third
something
down.
coming
It'll be
out
third down
of
and
the hike,
13.
where the ball's going,
Spotted at the 44.
understanding not to fall for any of that misdirection.
Football, a constant game of adjustments, each team adjusting as we go on the fly. What do you think, Nick? They're going to put the ball in the air here?
3rd and 13. I mean, so traditional wisdom says yeah, but also maybe something's open up front. DC seems to think that they're staying on the ground.
And they're right. That play went right up the gut for, it looks like about 5 yards, but they're well short of the first down.
Right, didn't even try to pull any sort of real trickeration, just right up the middle, and still managed to get a handful of yards.
It'll be 4th down and 8. Ball spotted on the Divine Child.
Looks like the ball's on the 39-yard line. first down marker inside the 32.
I love that they're going for this. You're up 3, you're on the road, you took a bus 2.5 hours to get here. Give me every single down. Let me play every down.
There's the snap. They're going to try and get to the outside, or will they? There's the quick kick, and it's going to roll into the end zone. That was a nice call.
I loved it. I mean, just the biggest grin on both of our faces. That was a really interesting little wrinkle play, what they did right there. I'm sure they would have preferred that bounces out of bounds before it goes in the end zone, but a really niche play.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Falcons. Ball spotted on the
Who was that? That was 35. That was
20-yard line.
Bremer. Bremer, I mean, he's run the ball a few times, and he's gotten some big plays. He's a bigger kid. Like, he absorbed some of those tackles, so it's not crazy to think that he gets a pitch right there.
Falcons down by 3, 7:42 to go here before our halftime recess. Sheridan looking things over. There's the snap, and he wants to throw it over the middle. He's got a guy out there. That's a first down for big number 13, Cameron, and Finn hauls it in.
Pass is complete to Finn Cameron, and they pick up a 15
Curious to
on
see
the
if
play.
DC
It's
just
up
starting
for
with that play, if they're just going to try to speed up their offense a little bit, and they're going to look across Unity Christian and say, there's not many kids playing both sides of the ball. Let's try to make things faster and tire these guys out.
So the ball up near the 38-yard line.
Braden Tenharmsel with the tackle for the Crusaders.
Yeah, Neil Nickel on the tackle, the kid that was just playing quarterback
Yeah.
30 seconds ago, right?
Oh, there's another quick pass, and that is caught out there.
Sheridan's pass is complete to Rayshawn Thomas.
Rayshawn Thomas on the
Brought
reception.
down immediately after a short game.
Thomas was a
Second
big part of
down.
that first drive for the Falcons, but we haven't seen him too much since then. You can see Thomas getting that Sheridan lefty quarterback, finding Thomas on the short one, but a quick hit, quick tackle in there for Unity Christian.
You know, one of the big advantages that DC has in this game, besides being on its own field, is the quarterbacking of this young man.
You like Sheridan?
Yep. 2-year starter, took him to the championship last year. There's a nice run up and through there by Andre Davis Jr.
Davis Jr. picks up 5.
You don't mind so
tough
much that he
yards.
throws the ball with his wrong hand?
Neil Nickel
I never,
and
so personally, I never played football, so but people swear that the way that it spins, it's just a little bit different, and that's something that you have to adjust to and you have to get. So,
46.
something to think about, I guess. I'm sure you adjust to it quickly.
You'd have to, right? 3rd down and 2. Let's see how the Falcons play this. Under 6 minutes left here in the quarter. There's a handoff right up the middle. There's a first down and more. And that's number 10, Andre Davis Jr. rumbling for a first down.
Andre Davis Jr.
Davis Jr. is a stocky young man. Not tall, but he's built wide, coming through there like a young Natron Means or somebody like that, yeah.
First down. It'll be first down and 10 for the Falcons. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line.
Davis going through there, trucks a couple of dudes, puts the truck stick on somebody,
Neil Nickel
pulls up
with
the first
tackle
down.
for the Crusaders.
Well, the Falcons had to come from behind twice last year in the D4 state championship game. They're going to try and come from behind again here tonight, trailing 16-13. Sheridan wants to go deep. He's got a man down there, and that ball is caught for a touchdown. Rayshawn Thomas.
Flag-free touchdown for the Falcons, and they take the lead with 5:15 to go here in the first half. Just what the doctor ordered, eh, Coach?
Just like that. Score changes again.
There you can see Sheridan going back. I mean, he's looking for Thomas the whole way. There's no doubt about where he's going. And
Pinpoint
Thomas did a great
pass.
job of pulling it in.
Pinpoint pass by the senior, and the extra point puts the Falcons on top by 4, 20-16 with 5:15 to go here in the opening half.
And now we've got the interesting math decisions moving forward for both coaches. are we going to take one moving forward and see where that puts us? And that everybody's going to have their little abacus out for the rest of the game. And I find that was always a fascinating concept. Or maybe you'll just be Unity Christian and go for 2 every time regardless. Whatever.
The Falcon touchdown.
Yeah, Sheridan did a great job of getting in there. He set his feet, and Thomas received that perfectly. With 2 guys in his grill, too, is worth mentioning. That was not an easy ball to come down with.
No, and it was a well-thrown ball, too, here. And that's where the experience of your senior quarterback comes in.
Hunter Reitman and Jackson Peterson deep to receive for the Crusaders.
Eli Lewis back again one more time.
Here's the kick. It's going to be a short kick. Taken in the 5-yard line area, up across the 10, 15, over the 20, and pushed out of bounds over there just short of the 23-yard line.
And he shook one dude off, but kept moving forward. Great job of getting a little bit of extra. Like you said, he grabbed that at about, the 3-yard line. 20-yard return, roughly.
An 18-yard return. It'll be first down and 10. Ball spotted on their own 23-yard
So the Crusaders now will play from behind, as they did after the Falcons scored the opening touchdown of this contest.
So they've got 5 minutes. I don't think either team has needed 5 minutes for a drive. I don't think either team's needed 2.5 minutes for a scoring drive.
Well, there's a fumble picked up by the quarterback. He dropped that one and got back on top of it. That's Isaiah Williams.
Williams back in there again. So he got a little bit of a break on the sidelines.
A loss of
quick
4 on the
quick
play.
break from Neil
That'll
Nickel.
bring up second
But
down.
Williams back out there.
Handoff, and now the Falcons gang tackle him behind the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be another loss. You know, we talked about adjustments. Now you're seeing it.
That's exactly. But the handoff was to Neil Nickel. So we've said a lot about that young man in the last, 3.5, 4 minutes, whether he's behind the ball, whether he's playing defensive back. His legs, my legs are tired looking at him right there the whole time.
That'll bring up third down for the Crusaders.
Third down and a long
14. Ball spotted on their own 19-yard line.
Got to throw it here, right? Got to throw this. Got to air this out.
All right, you're predicting a pass. Let's see. Here we go. He wants to throw. He's going to go deep down there. He's throwing into double coverage, and he overshoots his man. That looks like big number 81 down there, Austin DeJong.
That'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, Williams did a good job of falling back and getting a little bit of time, giving himself some time and space, but he was looking for DeJong the whole way, and he was double covered. Like, he had to have known that there were 2 Falcons there the whole way. There you can see right there as he goes up over the top. To be fair, though, DeJong is a big kid. He towers over those 2 Falcons.
Crusaders in punt formation, but in the D4 championship game last year, Crusaders faked it. So let's be sure. And there's the kick. And it's going to bounce, and everybody's going to scramble out of the way. And the Crusaders are going to down it right there at what looks like the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Bremer utilizing that rugby-style punt. When you're usually up by a little bit, you like to take your time, cut off to the side, and side pick it.
37-yard punt with no return. First down.
Yeah, you can see some beautiful colors going down, looking south of here. It's the best time to be in Southeast Michigan, right, John? Just the weather's it's not brutally hot anymore. It's cool. It's a nice night.
Starting to get a little cool, you're right. Everybody likes that except one person I know who doesn't care for that.
Just you'll take the humidity all night long?
Well, not me. Sheridan, quick dump pass out on the left side, and that's number 5 for Divine Child with a football, Rashawn Thomas. He's going to pick up what looks to be about 3.
Yeah, so I feel like that's another way what the Falcons can do to soften up this Unity Christian defense is some little screen passes here and there. It's going to hopefully, I'm sure that what Coach Laney is talking about, spreading out that defense a little bit.
Second down with the ball at the 48-yard line. Looks like second and a long 6 with 3:03 left and the clock running here in the first half. Falcons trying to extend their lead, which is currently 4 points. Sheridan looks things over. There's the snap. Wants to throw. Now he's going to run. He's got plenty of room over there. And he's going to run out of bounds right near the marker. We're going to have to see where they put this one down.
And that's something in Sheridan's bag of tricks we don't see. He's not asked to do a lot of designed runs, but if he looks downfield and doesn't have what he wants, he can definitely put his head down and run and get you at least a few yards. He's also really adept at getting himself some extra time in that pocket when he needs to.
So it's going to be third down and a short 2 with 2:42 left. Clock stopped on the out of bounds. Falcons trying to pick up the first down, keep this drive alive. There's the handoff, except it wasn't a handoff. And it's a first down keeper by Sheridan, as you just said.
Well, as I said, they don't do a lot of designed runs for him and designed run. Or again, another one of those RPOs. But that just speaks to the type of player he is. He can recognize what's in front of him. Am I giving this to my guy the way he's supposed to go? Or am I going to keep this and go short side, too? There wasn't a lot of space out there.
First and 10 ball at the 38-yard line. Man in motion, there's the snap. And they're going to go with a quick pass over the middle. That's caught by number 2, Vidi, and Vidi has a first down. Clock continuing to run.
Vidi is just consistently what the doctor ordered for these Falcons. We hadn't called his name at all on this drive, and then he gets himself wide open up the middle.
Yeah, he was the only receiver on that play, so it was either that or he was going to tuck it and go, and he threaded the needle on that pass. Nice throw by Sheridan.
Yeah, Sheridan sidearmed that, just like spun it in there right up the middle to him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Between the hands-up linemen.
Yep.
First and 10 Falcons, ball to 25. They're going to pitch it back, try the left side. Not much there as the Crusaders close in. Clock is going to continue to run. He didn't get out of bounds.
Brought down by Josh Bremer.
Yeah, that's Garcia one more time. We've seen him on the carry a few times this evening. Have a feeling we'll see him a little bit more. These Falcons are really utilizing every tool in their bag right now.
Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining here as we come up on 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the first half. Falcons clinging to a 20-16 lead.
A little confusion at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the clock is just running down. I'm surprised they didn't take a timeout long before that.
I mean, yeah, you just mentioned that they have their full assortment of timeouts, and there just seemed to be some confusion. Yeah, you're right. Coach Laney, I'm surprised he didn't call that a solid 5-6 seconds earlier, because there seemed to be a lot of uncertainty at that line of scrimmage, and that's not what you want right here and now.
In addition to our main concession stand, we also have a secondary concession stand today, which all proceeds.
Well, the band's getting ready to come onto the field here at halftime.
Right near the entrance.
Home crowd happy. It's a 4-point advantage for Divine Child here in the opening game of the 2027 season. And I think so far both teams have to be pretty happy.
Yeah, nobody's upset about what's going on. Both teams offensively have things working for them. Defensively, ish. No, there's been some big-ish plays, but there's been a lot of bend and don't break on the defensive side of things. I think you're right.
Well, this is a big point in the ballgame. The Falcon defense has stopped the visitors twice on their last 2 drives, and the Falcons have scored, taken the lead, and now they're threatening to expand that lead here in the waning moments of the first half. Sheridan calling the signals. He's rolling out, looking downfield, wants to go down there. He's got a man down there, and oh, man, that was almost intercepted.
Real dangerous pass by Sheridan there. He rolled out, and he was going, since he is a lefty, he was going to his right, so twisting his body in that direction through 3 dudes. He's very fortunate that didn't get picked off by one of those Crusaders.
Yeah, that one had danger written all over it.
Yeah, initially he tried to do a pump fake, but I think that actually brought another Crusader in as opposed to flying somebody off.
Okay, Nick, 3rd and 9. What are you calling here?
I got nothing anymore.
Nothing.
I mean, I
Okay.
know what I would call, but what these guys are doing, I'm going to Vidi. I don't know if I'm handing it to him. I don't know if I'm throwing it to him. I don't know if I'm sneezing it at him. But I'm looking for Giancarlo Vidi.
Yeah, you got to go to your playmaker here. Wide side of the field to the bottom of our screen. Let's see if they try and take advantage of that. Vidi moves in a little bit now into the slot. Sheridan wants to throw, looking downfield, undecided, trying to run. Now he's going to throw down into the end zone, and that ball is caught, but I think he's out of bounds. No signal, and now they say touchdown.
Incredible play by Rayshawn Thomas. Thomas went from the right side of the field all the way up, looking for Sheridan, trying to make eye contact with him, and he made that throw and brought down that catch in the end zone, got that foot down. Amazing catch, amazing touchdown by Rayshawn Thomas.
Here's the replay of one of the plays prior to that was broken up.
Yeah, Thomas did. I mean, Sheridan came out of that. He was looking at Vidi and Thomas the whole way, and Vidi broke off right. Thomas broke off left and had to go the entire distance, basically, of the end zone to get to that end line.
There's the snap, spotted, booted up in that direction, and it is good. And just like that, Divine Child has moved out to a 27-16 lead here with 1:02 left in the first half.
And what was a dire situation, 6 minutes ago, according to the clock, for Divine Child, now they are in the spot that they want to be in with an 11-point lead.
56 yards, 8 plays. The payoff coming on the 28-yard touchdown pass. And by my record, which, Nick, is unofficial,
but it looks really good.
That's the 4th touchdown pass for him.
Incredible. It hasn't been the passes that get them down the field. That's the really interesting aspect of this Falcon offense right now. They're really happy to just run, and then take their shots where they need to. So that really speaks a lot about Coach Chris Laney dialing up the plays, seeing the defense and dialing up the correct plays, but also Sheridan to find those guys downfield when they're open.
So it'll be interesting here to see what the visitors opt to do in the final minute or so. There's the kick at the 5, up to the 10, 15, over to the 20, 25, and short of the 30-yard line goes the ball carrier. And the visitors are going to have 70 yards or so to go in the final 55 seconds. Do you take a chance here?
Absolutely. I think that. I think Coach Tibby thinks that as well. You know, they're going for it on 4th down. They're doing these little trick plays here and there. I don't see any reason why they don't go for it because they get the ball at halftime too. After halftime, I suppose I should say, start of the 3rd quarter. So why not try to make a 2-for-1 effort here with 55 seconds left?
Well, they do have 3 timeouts left, so I think we'll probably see what happens here in the first couple of plays before they make a final decision.
Yeah, I think you're right. Both of these squads are all about let's feel it out kind of thing. Strangely, they're not in any sort of shotgun with 3 or 4 wide. Not that I expected that.
And here comes the pass that we spoke of, and that is caught over the middle. 1st down up near the 43-yard line. That looks to be number 81 who grabbed that one for the 1st down, and that's Austin DeJong.
Yeah, DeJong is who they were looking for in that long pass on that previous drive, and now we got some hurry-up offense.
Again, they're going to go to the air. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be tackled back at the 40, let's make that the 37-yard line. And very quickly, the visitors call timeout.
So I think that sets their dedication. We're still trying to score here. We're still trying to make something happen. Because it'd be really easy for them to say, all right, we got sacked. We're looking at 2nd and long here. Let's just go to the locker room, get our orange slices, and call it a half. But they are bent on getting back out there. And here you can see Williams pulling back and just flustered by a flock of Falcons back there that brought him down behind. Thank you. I've been working on that. Yes.
You pulled that one up. You've been saving that one. Well, it's going to be second down, and let's call it 16. So I think a lot depends on what happens on this play. If it's third down and long, I'm not sure you're going to take a chance.
I would tend to agree with that. But also, I mean, at that point, what do you got to lose, right? Like, if something poor goes wrong on this one, it's third and long anyway. Like, hey, go for it. There's probably only a handful of seconds left anyway.
Well, the Falcons do have 2 timeouts. So here's the replay. And this is the touchdown pass, and he was so close to the out-of-bounds line. From our vantage point, it's hard to see, and the official was slow to call it. It was actually the one who just walked into the shot there who called it from the backside. A lot of time, pass over the middle, caught short of the first down. It's going to be 4th down and about 3, and the clock is running.
Nope, timeout. So third and, I don't know, a yard, 2 yards? They're not trying for the first down, though. Like, let's be honest. They're not trying to get a first down. They'll maybe go into the middle. Yeah, you can see the replay there. Austin DeYoung comes down with another one. Man, DeYoung's big. That's a big kid. That's a big target out in the middle of the field.
So if you're Hudsonville Unity Christian, you're down here by 11 points in the waning seconds of the first half. It's third down and short. Is this where you take the shot?
Absolutely. Right? Yes.
Why try to pick up the first down? Because then you're going to have to call another timeout. That'll be your last one.
Completely meaningless. Exactly. This is where you take your shot. But again, the way their offense is built, the way their formations are built, it'll be interesting to see how they get to taking that shot.
And they're going to go right up the middle to pick up the first down. Clock stopped on the first down. Hudsonville Unity Christian back on the ball real quickly. Clock starting to run again. And this is going to be another pass. He's got a man out there, and it's intercepted on the far side of the field, and that's how this half is going to come to an end. Picked off by Divine Child.
It really felt like that was a rushed play by Williams back there. I am unsure who grabbed that one. Maybe we'll catch that on the replay, but it's just a really heads-up play by the Falcons, and it seemed like it was a bit of a scattered shot play there for the Crusaders. Just jumped right out in front of him there. Michael DeSalvo comes up with it. And he's going to be the hero going into halftime here.
So the Falcon defense making a big stop here. We've got, well, now they're running the clock down on the timeout, so we'll have to hold off on that. It looked like there was about 5 seconds left.
I was going to say 6 or 7 seconds maybe is probably where we're at down there. Maybe they put a few extras on. But, I mean, the Falcons aren't going for anything, are they?
Interesting thought.
I mean, what do we know up here? We're not any great prognosticators, as we've already proven in one half of football. But I got to think they just go out there and take the knee. They've got to be extremely happy with where things are at right now.
Spotted on the Divine Child, 47.
Looks like Falcons are going to go trips to the right with 4.7 seconds left.
Why not? Let's do it, John. Let's do it.
I think we're going to. Quick pass over the left side. There's the lateral. And that play is going to end the first half. Zero's up on the scoreboard. A little trickery, Nick.
A little bit of everything there that first half, what we saw from both of these teams. But the main thing that the Falcon faithful are interested in is the fact that their squad is up 27-16 at halftime. And with that being said, halftime show coming up. We will stay up watching the band, but John and I are going to take a much-needed water break, I think.
Or some other beverage.
26 Divine Child Marching Band, led by drum majors Penny Serrano and Landon Bermudez. Take us to Orlando, Florida and Disney World. Drum majors, are you ready? Our first tune is from the pen of Alan Silvestri, written for the ever-popular 2012 film, The Avengers, and since has become the staple theme of the franchise. Here is the theme from The Avengers. Selection is from one of the most famous Broadway songwriters of our time, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Featuring the DC Color Guard and soloists junior Samantha Bush, freshman Christina Moore, and sophomores Eric Milliken and Jeanette Dean. From the hit Disney film Encanto, here is We Don't Talk About Bruno.
They were. They're not there now. But Mike's going crazy. I guarantee you. They got better in the second quarter. It started off with the promise. We're playing too high speed. What's the difference that we've been? We're playing safety. We're leaving the one thing. Need to play about 7 yards off the ball. Right down the linebacker. Fill the alley. So that's where Martell last year.
Disney Celebration was sung by one of the greatest Disney spy movies ever, from the great Michael Giacchino, with inspiration from the James Bond and Mission Impossible films. From the hit movie in 2004 and the sequel in 2018, here is the theme from The Incredibles. Divine Child High School Fight Song. The Divine Child Marching Band is led by drum majors Faye Serrano and Landon Bermudez. The color guard instructor is Ms. Rebecca May. The assistant director of bands is Mr. Paul Abbott, and the director of bands is Mr. Robert Bush. This is Kevin Dewey saying thank you and go Falcons! Ladies and gentlemen, now performing the three-peat state championship Divine Child High School prom team.
7 Bomb Team.
I was waiting for the Sheridan to get on Sun and big call. They're running cover 4 on defense now. They're in big trouble. They got the fourth light change. They want to stay tight. They got
In a special way, at this football season home opener, we want to recognize the recent passing of 4 of our football alums. Terry Burton, class of 74. Mario Lowney, class of 90. Connor Newell, class of 21. And Uchenna Osamandi, class of 2020. Fly high, Falcons. May you rest in peace.
Yeah, 3 games this year? That's correct. That's correct.
Today's event is proudly sponsored by the Varsity Automotive Group. They have 2 locations serving our community, Varsity Lincoln and Novi and Varsity Ford in Ann Arbor. For generations, Varsity Automotive Group has been committed to our customers, our communities, and supporting local schools and athletics. Honoring 100 years of faith, tradition, excellence, and championship athletics. And if you're looking for your next Ford or Lincoln, go see Varsity Automotive Group, where you'll find the vehicle you want and the service you expect.
I heard that game.
Welcome back to Divine Child Alumni Athletic Complex, where we have finished our halftime show, getting ready for the start of the second half. And Nick, this game has been everything we thought it would be.
Everything advertised and then some. Back and forth offense, big hits, big plays, names that we've seen and known and loved now, and it's been quite a first half of football, but nothing's been decided yet. DC is up 27-16, but Unity Christian, they've shown propensity to score. They can score on big plays, and as I said, or I theorized on one of those first drives, it really is going to come down to the tougher of who's stronger in the trenches. I really believe that one of these two sides is going to assert themselves and really start pushing the other group around. So let's see who did the most down-ups and burpees in the offseason, and see what the second half has to offer for everybody.
Welcome back to Divine Child Alumni Athletic Complex, where we have finished our halftime show, getting ready for the start of the second half. And Nick, this game has been everything we thought it would be.
Everything advertised and then some. Back and forth offense, big hits, big plays, names that we've seen and known and loved now, and it's been quite a first half of football. But nothing's been decided yet. DC is up 27-16, but Unity Christian, they've shown propensity to score. They can score on big plays, and as I said, or I theorized on one of those first drives, it really is going to come down to the tougher of who's stronger in the trenches. I really believe that one of these two sides is going to assert themselves and really start pushing the other group around. So let's see who did the most down-ups and burpees in the offseason, and see what the second half has to offer for everybody.
I think this opening possession, which is going to be Hudsonville Unity Christian's possession, is going to be a big one. The last 3 times the visitors have had the football, it's been punt, interception. And I think if they don't score on this opening possession, we could be in for a runaway.
You think a route happens if they don't put the ball in the end zone? Unity Christian, that is.
I think it could. I don't want to go on record as predicting because, like you said earlier, I left my tarot cards at home. But, yeah, I think so. We said in the first half, this is a game of adjustments. And I think the Divine Child defense made the necessary adjustments early in the second quarter. Now, whether Unityville Christian makes the necessary offensive adjustments here at halftime.
Well, and I'm also curious. I don't think any coach is ever going to write a game off, whether it comes route or not. But both coaches told us we're trying to figure things out more than anything in this game. But also, nobody wants to lose this one. Right, so whether it's Unity Christian, I'll be curious to see if they stick with Williams primarily in the quarterback spot, or if they try to deal nickel in there a little bit again.
Well, we should have that answer pretty quickly here, another minute or so before we have our halftime kickoff. And what a crowd we've got tonight.
Yeah, you talked a little bit. It looks like there's a serious overflow going on over by the concession stand, and it's more than just good hot dogs down there. It is a lot of folks. And like we said also, though, as it should be, right? This is the defending state champs. That's not something that happens every day in your town. Dearborn's used to great football in this city, absolutely. But everybody in town should be out here to come and see this, come and participate. You don't necessarily have to have neon work jackets like some of the crowd, but that's probably a kid thing too. But I didn't bring mine.
No, I left mine in my car.
Yeah. Next week we'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, not only is it the defending Divine Child State D4 football champions, but they're playing the team they won for the championship last November.
The script writes itself, and it's not for nothing that we do have this massive broadcast out here doing this, right? It's not an accident that that's what happened, and that's what we're hoping everybody's tuning in to see, whether you're around town in Dearborn, if you're maybe an expat, maybe you're a DC grad from years ago and you're in a different state, or even if you're in this state, if anybody in Hudsonville is watching, we're all welcome here. Everybody tune in, say hello, and check everything out, because this is a great game, what we've seen so far.
And we should say, we probably should have said it before, you're watching high school football on Cdtv.
Yes, we should say that way more often.
We probably should.
Yes, thank you everybody for tuning in, checking this out, thumbs upping. And we appreciate any support, and it was quite a bit of work getting in here. I want to give a quick shout out to any and everybody while we got a quick 30 seconds on camera tonight. We've got Andrew Crew Wood, Peter P.C. Collins, we've got Alexis Pack, who hasn't been around long enough to get a nickname yet. Also, Jack is down there on the field as well. Our director, Aya Kulbar, is doing great. Amanda Lawrence down there, Craig Schuler, and Patty Johnson-Moyer is the one that really brings this entire situation together. I'm Nick Wisniewski along with John Coach Kerr. Thank you, everybody, for checking this out. And here we go, second half action.
Second half action, short kick, fair catch at the 32-yard line. And how often do you see a fair catch on a kickoff?
It's a rarity. It's a rarity.
And we've got all the rarities.
For the Crusaders, ball spotted.
Yeah, I have a feeling that will not be the last rarity that we've seen here this evening. And like I said, I'm down for it. I'm ready to go. Bring me all the oddities, all the strangeness. There it is. But also smart, right? Like that kid's probably like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to hurt my team. Let's just fair catch this, and that's fine. Because they're still starting at the 30.
And that play took 1 second, but because it was a fair catch, no time should have gone off the clock. So the officials saying, clock operator, please reset the clock. That was our delay.
And as we know with both these teams, every second might matter when we come down to things.
Yeah, short handoff there off the right side. That's number 2, Dirks. Hudson picking up. Let's give him 2 on that play.
Johnny Joganik in on the tackle for the Falcons. A short gain,
2nd and 8.
down.
Pass play. Now it's going to turn into a quarterback run, and he gets the ball back to the line of scrimmage, and not much more. That's Isaiah Williams.
Yeah, Williams appears to be the quarterback of record right now for Unity Christian. They seem to be really wanting to run with him.
Ball spotted at the
It feels like he's got a better feel for the pass game, which is obviously going to be the thing that they need the most, being down 11 points here.
Williamson checking with the sideline. Back under center. And another pass play coming. There's the short dump off pass, and it is incomplete. And let's give some credit there to the young man who broke up that pass.
broken up by Michael DeSalvo.
Michael DeSalvo again. And that was if I'm not mistaken, that's who caught that interception to pretty much bring an end to the first half.
So it should be punt time here, but with Hudsonville Unity Christian, you never know. Punt team coming onto the field. Falcons going to probably play this safe, I would think.
Yeah, just based on the track record of the Crusaders and what they're capable of. There's Bremer again with that side punt
kick. Oh, he booms that one, and that's going to roll inside the 5. And it's going to be down at the 2-yard line.
Incredible punt out there from Bremer. And just one more thing, like, wow, didn't expect to see something like that. Just coming off with that rugby-style kick. And the official calls a 64-yarder. And the Falcons are going to have a long way to go, a lot of field in front of them.
A lot of field in front of them, but they've got an 11-point lead here in the opening moments of the third quarter. 27-16 is our score.
Those goalposts are looming awfully close to the line of scrimmage, though. So you've got to pick your first play or two very wisely and hope those hosses up front open up a hole for whoever gets the hit, probably handoff.
Yeah, this is probably going to be right up the middle in some fashion. And there it is. And he is met and pushed back. That was Johnson carrying the ball.
Yeah, Johnson carried the ball, but I believe that might be Austin DeYoung that was on the tackle there, right up front, playing nose for the defense. There's a couple of the bigger players for the Crusaders. A couple of those big hog mollies, as a good buddy of mine used to say.
Good term. Looks like he might have got a yard on first down. Let's call it 2nd and 9 from the 3. Sheridan looking things over, sends a man in motion, resets now. Strong left. There goes another man in motion. There's a penalty flag that's flying, and this play is coming back.
No excitement in your voice because you knew it was all wasted because that was coming back. But no, you're exactly right. Almost as soon as he got that ball and broke out that outside, that flag flew up right back in the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, the first man was not set when the second man went in motion, and you could see that a mile away. Here's,
so it's going to be second and half the distance, pushed it back again, eh?
Here's a look at the goalposts you were talking about, and you can see the darkness descending.
It's fall. Whether we like it or not, it's coming in Southeast Michigan. But great job. I mean, look at the colors. Everything is beautiful down there on the field. Like, what else could you ask for? You know, just the glistening helmets with the lights coming down on them. The red and black is playing really well for the Falcons.
There's a quick pass out here to the left. Nothing happened with that. It's going to be 3rd and long. And, Nick, what do you do with the playbook here?
Well, all the sweet lighting in the world isn't helping the Falcons on this one. But I think, you go to Vidi once again. But how do you get the ball to him? Because you need at least a couple of seconds and a couple of steps if you want to make that screen pass work. you can try an end around or a sweep, but then you're definitely staying in the end zone, and that's dangerous. I wonder if they might just QB keep to Sheridan and just try to push him up the gut, get a little bit of space, and punt away. And, they're happy with just killing 3 minutes of clock.
Well, at the very least, you need a couple of yards here. You don't want to be punting from inside your own 5-yard line. And Sheridan's going to air it out. Now he throws one down there, and that is in and out of the hands of Davis, who would have been off to the races.
Yeah, and I think Davis was a little leery of that player that was next to him, and one more time looking upfield just a little bit. Here we can see the replays. Sheridan coming out, looking right, and then he turned looking for Davis, and Davis had the step or two on his man. But now the Falcons in the very unenviable position, like you said, of not having a full back to punt away. Yeah, there's Sheridan. And even his arm motion looked a little funky on that. I know he was on the run. It didn't seem like he could fully set his feet, and it was really a windmill toss down there as well.
Good description. That's exactly what it was. It's a low kick, and it's going to take a Falcon roll up near midfield, and they're going to wait till it stops right at the 50-yard line. Talk about punting your team out of trouble.
The Falcons have got to be absolutely stoked about that punt, because it was probably 6 feet off the ground most of the way. And like you said, it took that Falcon bounce and that Falcon roll, and that very easily, if the right Crusader steps up, they could have stepped in front of that at about the 30. So the fact that they're starting still on their own side of the field, the Falcons have got to be feeling pretty great about themselves.
8:32 to go here in the third quarter. Hudsonville not very effective on their last 4 possessions. 3 punts and an interception, working now from midfield, trying to climb back into this contest. Right up the middle they go. Nothing there. Let's give them a yard just because we're generous.
Joshua Bremer, the ball carrier.
Yeah, Bremer carried that one into the middle. They had Portenga out to the right, but they're going to try to hurry up and move quickly here.
Williams checking with the sideline here. Plenty of time. Again, right up the middle, and again, the Falcon defense standing tall. And I think this goes back to the adjustments they made.
Yeah, the adjustments are there. The Falcons are closing those gaps really quickly, but I feel like they're also just starting. They've got a lot of dudes packed into that box. If you look into your TV screen right now, or your internet device, whatever you're looking at, maybe it's your phone if you're that type of person, you can see all 22 guys in there. That's a real rarity in this sport, and a lot of that has to do with what Divine Child, they're bringing their guys in, but now they're dropping out a little bit, giving a different look.
They're going to try and get outside, and there is some running room out there. And he's going to be very close to the first down. The official now stepping back, so he's going to be short. It's going to be 4th down, and let's call it 1.
They're going for it, right? They're going for it.
The line of game, there is a timeout for an injured player.
Somebody down with a Falcon down on the ground.
Looks like a cramp.
Yeah, that's to be expected first game, right? At least it's not 90 degrees or 85 with like crazy humidity. You'd probably be seeing more of those since it is a little bit cooler. But yeah, those cramps are what you're going to get that first game, first couple of games of the year.
The rosary, we will pray.
Clock stop for the injury with 7:10 left to go here in the third quarter. Falcons up by 11.
Yeah, there he is. The young man popped up. He's a little shaky walking it off, but just a little Charlie horse, a little chuck wagon. He'll go down there. The trainer will get him some water, get maybe another extra orange slice or 2, and he'll be ready to go.
A 6-yard gain is short
That's
of the
Shane
line to
Anders.
It'll be 4th down and 1. Ball spotted.
Not
at
shocking,
the
another
41-yard
senior.
line.
So many seniors on this Falcon squad. Coach Laney talked about it. Even Coach Tibby from the other side said, you look at that team, there's a lot of kids. They're big kids. And this is a Falcon team that a lot of other teams don't want to play. And we're seeing why right now.
Yeah, we had a quick whistle there stopping play. Not sure exactly why. We'll let the officials sort this out for us.
Think they'll come up here and tell us?
Well, they might send a messenger up here.
Messenger pigeon, write us a letter maybe?
Or a drone.
Send us a text? Oh, yeah, we did see a drone at halftime. You're not wrong. Yeah, there you can see the broken play and the quick whistle.
We will replay 4th down.
And I guess we're not going to get an explanation.
Nope, we're just going to replay it. We're just going to go for it again.
All right, it's 4th down, and it looks like a short one from the Falcon 41-yard line. And penalty flags are going to fly. This is going to likely be against the Crusaders.
Illegal procedure against the left side of the offense is the call.
Illegal procedure, false start on
penalty,
the offense. So now it goes from 4th and 1 to 4th and 6. They're still going for it, but it changes the play up likely.
I think it probably does too. I would think they would try and get outside here. But then again, Craig Tibbs, the coach, knows much more about his team than we do. Let's see what happens here. There's the pitch, and they're going to try and turn the corner out here, and they've got the 1st down and a little bit more.
But you were exactly right. It wasn't way outside, but it wasn't that off tackle left or right. It wasn't even really that RPO look. It was outside the whole way. And when they had that entire offensive line moving in that direction, it was a great job of moving those Falcon players. And there you can see it again. Everybody in motion, everybody pushing forward, and he falls forward and needed, 6, got 7 or 8.
Well, when you run that ball up the middle as often as the Crusaders do, it's got to open up the outside to some degree or another.
So do you see a world where we see more going outside? Not on that play.
No, not on that play. You answered your own question. But, yeah, I think we do. As this game wears on, I think we do.
Do you think they'll start going 4 wide and spread offense?
I don't know if you'll see that from this team because they don't have that in their DNA, I don't think. But I think you'll try and see them get to the outside more as this game goes on. We're under 6 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter.
A guy can dream, can he?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 2nd down, they're going to pitch, and there they go to the outside, or at least trying to. And what a great defensive play.
Yeah, that was Gigantic came in on that one. Another senior defender, Gianni.
A loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 13.
Jackson Kelly, that's my fault. Yeah, Kelly did a great job. He had one of those big offensive linemen right in his grill the whole way. He shook that player and came in and made that tackle.
So Falcon defense standing tall here as we approach the 1/3 mark left in the 3rd quarter. Up the middle they go. Plenty of running room, and off to the races, and inside the 5-yard line is number...
Oh, that was Bremer on the run. I think Vidi on the tackle, though.
Yeah, let's see who that is. I didn't catch his number as he shot past in a blur.
Yeah, Bremer, I mean, he stands tall. There you can see the run right up the middle. Our camera people even had a hard time keeping up with Bremer. He moved so quickly. And just right up the gut, and great job by those secondary of the Falcons to get him before he found the end zone.
So it's 1st and goal now with 4.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Falcons trying to hold on to an 11-point lead, and that lead just became less.
Jack Portenga, I believe, was the man that found the red in there. We haven't called his name a whole heck of a lot this quarter, but he's got a nose for the end zone.
With a 2-yard touchdown plunge, makes the score. Divine Child 27, Unity Christian 22. There is a timeout on the field for an injured player.
We've got another injured player, but feels like it's another one of those, just a cramp. Yeah, he popped back up. Just got to work that out a little bit. It's a lot easier to hop up and jog off the field after your team just scored a touchdown.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, they gave it to Portenga. All of these running backs for the Crusaders work really well in small spaces. You know, the way that their offense is set up, I'd be really interested to see what they do defensively on a week-to-week basis during practice to give them these short steps where they can find these slivers of an opening. Portenga is especially adept at finding just even the smallest crevice to go through and then bust out into there just a couple of yards for the end zone. We've seen him run some big plays as well.
8 plays, 50 yards, cuts the deficit to 5, and there's the handoff down to the goal line. Did he get in? No.
Officials say no.
Saying no. So the Falcons are going to hold on to a 5-point lead.
And that is a huge, huge stop for the Falcons doing that because, again, we're talking math right now, and that's not my favorite subject, but we'll talk about it as the Falcons, instead of just a 3-point lead, they've got a touchdown lead.
Gang tackling just short of the goal line, despite the fact the Crusaders are signaling that's good. It was not.
Not to be believed, the guys whose ball it is usually. I find. The officials, they're doing their own thing down there. Yeah, so 5-point lead now for the Falcons, coming off that huge goal line 2-point conversion stop.
And that was a big drive for the visitors as they get right back into this game. Now it's a one-score game again.
Right, and like you said, previous to that, they'd went 4 straight drives without anything to show for it. So just proving that they can get back after it, get a little bit of that momentum, whether you believe in that sort of thing or not. But you feel better about yourself when you put together a solid drive.
Damphey and Thomas are deep for Divine Child, standing at about their own 10-yard line. It'll be interesting to see if they actually kick this deep. Nope, not going to do it. Squib kick, taken at the 30. And that's number 14, I believe.
That's Gianni Gigantic. And I'm a little surprised to see that he grabbed it and tried to do a little something with it. I wonder if that's something they talk about in practice or they work on in practice. Even the up guys, if you feel confident in running with it. There you can see Gigantic. It took that huge bounce right in front of him. So the fact that he had to jump up and bring it down says a lot about the patience and the hands of Gigantic. Yeah, exactly right.
So Falcons now will try and answer and build on their 5-point advantage with 4:21 left here in the third quarter. Sheridan calling the signals, man in motion, and they're going to give it on the counter. And that's number 10 with it, Davis. Andre getting up near the 40-yard line, a little bit short of the 40 maybe.
Plows forward for a short gain.
Yeah, Davis got 1 or 2 yards coming in off of that one. Just another simple off tackle right there going in there.
Also in on the tackle for the Crusaders. There is a timeout for an injured player.
We've got another timeout for a guy on the field. Trainer comes over and helps him off real fast. Barely even asked him what was wrong. I don't even think he knew what was happening. Just grabbed him and let's go. That's 54 for the Crusaders. Luca Sharda, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, senior.
And 6 to go. Ball spotted at the 40.
Luke walking off the field on the far side. Got a new clean white shirt in there replacing him.
Won't be clean for long the way this game's going.
That's true. Pass and play coming up. Sheridan running with it, looking downfield, throws, and it is caught at the 42-yard line for a first down. And that's number 5, Thomas Rashawn, with another grab.
Man, Thomas has made some big and not easy catches tonight. I've been really impressed. Here you can see Sheridan rolling out, little fake. He kind of faked the defender off him a little bit. It gave him that extra half a step so he could find Thomas sliding down on the end zone, or on the end line there.
1st and 10. Falcons on the march here in the waning moments of the 3rd quarter. There's a pass out there wide open. Nice move back to the inside, gaining some extra yardage is number 5, Rashawn Thomas, and he's having himself a night.
I love this Thomas kid. I love everything he's doing. He caught that ball. He went and got it, caught it, turned, and could have very easily just given himself up, went out of bounds. Here you can see goes right to him, gets it. Would have been real easy to just go out of bounds, but instead he picks his head up, looks up, and probably sees 9 white jerseys in front of him, and goes right for him. Love this Rashawn Thomas right now.
Falcons on the move here in the 3rd quarter, nursing a 5-point lead. There's a handoff. Left side. Number 10 there, that's DeAndre Davis with the ball.
Davis appears to be the running back flavor of the week for this drive right now.
Isaiah Williams with the tackle. It'll be 2nd down for the Falcons. Ball spotted at the 21.
You can see that handoff. Davis, great job using that stiff arm. I've seen that stiff arm out a few times from Davis. He works that thing like a magician, like just a great, great tool in his bag.
Sheridan looking things over, lone running back in the backfield. And they're going to go off the left side. Nice cutback. Staggering with the football was Islam.
Brought down after a short game.
Yeah, you only, like you said, there was only one man in the backfield. That's something that neither of these teams do very often. And the fact that they actually went to him, I guess, shouldn't be a surprise, though.
3rd and 5 here, Nick. Are you in 4-down territory?
I am.
You always are.
When aren't I?
You always are.
No, I'm of the mind that Coach Laney is as well.
There's the pitch. They're going to try the left side, cut back, and the Crusaders are there to stuff that play. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. So it's going to be a huge 4th down play here as we approach the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
You know, something else I'll say about this Crusader defense, you don't see a lot of just one-man tackles. They are really good at having several players in the vicinity and doing a gang tackle. Yeah, 4th and 4, 47 seconds to go here in this 3rd quarter, and not shocking to see the offense stay out there.
Falcons trying to keep the drive alive. 4th and a long 4. Sheridan moves his man there. Davis to the outside. And he's going to tuck it and then quickly throw across the middle. Well-designed play for a 1st down.
Really well-designed play and really great job by Sheridan to recognize what was in front of him. It almost seemed like he was going to go, but he tiptoed right in front of that scrimmage line and get that pass an extra 4 yards that he needed. There, that toss, very unconventional throw to find his man. But that's what you do when you're a good quarterback. You contort your body, and you get it there any way that you can to that safe spot.
You know you have arrived as a quarterback if you can throw that wounded duck pass and get it exactly where it's going.
That's right. And I believe they're just going to run out the end of this quarter. Both squads ready to switch it down there.
Yeah, the Falcons are going to be content to let the clock run down. So we have played 3 quarters here at the Divine Child Alumni Athletic Complex, and the Falcons are holding on to a 5-point lead and threatening to stretch that.
Yeah, I wonder if that might be the last we've seen of the passes down within the 10-yard line, but if they can find a way to get Giancarlo Viti involved one last time, wouldn't be surprised either. But getting back to Sheridan, we've seen a little bit of everything from this young man. We've seen him scramble, we've seen him run, we've seen him buy time, we've seen him make really pinpoint throws when he needs to. Coach Laney said you're going to enjoy watching this kid, and I know that I am.
Quite a contrast to the football history between these two schools. We were talking before the game, and you told me that the visitors have had a football program for
23 years now.
23
Only
years
now.
The Divine Child football program goes back to 1960.
That's incredible. And I know that you know that off the top of your head because you don't have a cell phone in your pocket right now. So this is just knowledge out there, folks, just so everybody knows. Yeah, that's exactly what you want. That's a program, that's history, that's something that the community can rally around. It's really something else that's unique, especially in Dearborn where there's a bunch of other programs also been around for quite some time.
Yep. There's a handoff right up the middle, and chugging down near the goal line is number 10, and that's Davis. Did he get in? Yes, says the official.
Great second effort by Davis on that one. I thought he was dead and down at about the 7-yard line, but he kept moving forward in the face of adversity and dove into the end zone for another score. Could be the backbreaker for the Falcons.
8 plays, 65 yards, and this Falcon offense has been hitting on all cylinders tonight.
Yeah, the Falcon offense has been really, really good. And one of the main things they've done, I hope this isn't a jinx as well, no turnovers and minimal penalties. Like they had that first quarter where it was a little sketchy, but since then they've been playing almost perfect football, this offense.
Yep, they've had, by my scorekeeping, 2 punts. Otherwise, they've scored on all their possessions. They're going to try for 2 here. There's the throw into the end zone, and boy, did that look easy.
Executed perfectly, but there is a flag right by where the catch happened. So I'm curious if there was some sort of a defensive problem going on down there.
Well, the Teepans are running off the field, so this must be against the defense. We'll wait for the man in the white hat to tell us.
Also, John, for what it's worth, I'm willing to say, what was the defense?
After the successful
unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense.
Penalty against the Falcons.
Oh, against the Falcons. Then how was
wow.
that good?
It was post the touchdown, right?
Oh,
Does
it's
it matter?
after touchdown. Yeah, with celebration.
Celebration. Maybe he said a little something, pointed a little somewhere. You're not supposed to do that. So that's going to get taken away on the kickoff then?
Yep.
So they'll have a long way to go for that. But yeah, just getting back to this, I can see the table in front of me. I'm willing to say that what you've got in front of you is official. It's as official as it gets. I don't care what's going on in that.
I appreciate your support. The kickoff is going to come from the Falcons' 25-yard line. So Hudsonville, down by 13, is going to get, or should get, great field position.
So now my question to you then, John, would be down 13, does Unity Christian have to change their offense up a little bit? You don't think, shaking your head immediately? No,
I don't think so. With a whole quarter left, nice kick. Whoa! Splits the receivers, picked up at the 15, up to the 25, the 30, the 35, up near the 40, and down at the 41-yard line goes the ball carrier. That's a nice return out there.
That's by Portenga, despite the start of that return being a little hairy.
26-yard return.
Yeah, that's to say the least.
That seemed like one of those 2 outfielder plays where neither one wants it and nobody's calling it. Yeah, here you can see Lewis getting ready to blast this one off. Real high kickoff. And just, no one there, no one home.
They are extremely lucky that ball bounced up in the air instead of toward the goal line. So Hudsonville Unity Christian down by 13 with 11:40 and counting left in the fourth quarter starts off this possession with a nice run by number 2, and that is Dirks, I believe.
Dirks is number 2. They called nickel. I think you're right, though. I think that was Hudson Dirks. We've seen his explosive running out of that backfield more than a little bit, and now we see it more and more. They're going to try to pile that on.
Yep. Dirks again.
Dirks, the ball carrier.
With this much time left, I think if you're Hudsonville Unity Christian, you just keep doing what you've been doing offensively. And if you can cash this in, make it a one-score game, now you're right back in it. Up the middle, no gain on that one, or let's say minimum gain. We'll give him a couple of yards. It's third down now.
Brought down by Joe Muscat after a short gain. It'll be third down and 6. Ball spotted at the 40.
Let's see if the Falcon defense can come up strong here.
We've seen them come up big when they needed it, whether it's that goal line stand, whether it's the stopping the 2-point conversion. This defense packed in there right now.
Yep, and again, they're going right up the middle, and that play has been so successful for them, that quick hitter.
Bremer, the ball carrier, brought down by Mike DeSalvo.
Yeah, the quick handoff and that little bit of deception from one of those side wings has just been killer for the Falcons. There you can see it one more time. Again, just completely fooled at least 7 guys on that side of the ball.
And that play fooled enough Divine Child defenders for a touchdown. And just like that, Hudsonville Unity Christian is right back in the game.
You are wise beyond your years when you said, no, they're just going to keep doing the same thing. And that's exactly what it was. There's literally no difference between that drive and almost every other drive we've seen this entire game, except maybe a little more bang-bang, a little quicker.
59 yards, 5 plays, and about a minute and 35 seconds.
They're not going to kick this.
Is that efficient?
Well, maybe that's why they don't do much
and
kicking.
That's why they usually don't kick. Yeah, I think he pulled that one to the right.
Yeah, and again, talking about math right now, they're down 7 right now. They kick that if it goes in, then they're a touchdown and an extra point to get ahead. So it makes sense that they go for that.
So it's a 7-point game here. Falcons would not like nothing better than to get this ball, take their time, and move it down the field for another score. And, of course, now the onus is on the Hudsonville defense to step up.
Exactly right. Well, and another hilarious thing that just kind of came to me, looking at the score, if somebody just turned this game on and it's 35-28, and they're like, oh, they must have scored 5 touchdowns and 5 extra points. Well, folks, that if you are just tuning in, that's not what happened. You need to scrub back and see how we got to 35-28, because it is a very unconventional road to get to these very conventional numbers.
Yeah, it's been a very entertaining game, regardless of which side you're rooting for.
Kick off for the Crusaders.
But both sides have got to be happy with what's going on right now. I know the Crusaders are not winning right now, but they can't be too down on themselves for how this is going. Even if they don't come away with this victory, they're losing to one of, if not the best team in Division IV in the state.
Squib kick picked up there around the 25-yard line, trying to get to the outside and doing so successfully before cutting back is, I believe, Daphne.
Yeah, we've seen Damphy a few times. He's been back there, just really adept at getting the ball and looking up and making a little something happen without going crazy. He's not trying to go north-south like wild. Like, he's just going right up the gut like as they teach. Sorry, he is going north-south. He's not trying to go end zone to end zone, end line to end line.
So Falcons will open up here from their own 46-yard line, 9:59 to go in this contest. Falcons on top by 7.
Falcons have got more than a couple wideouts out there for a change.
Yes, they do. Slot right. And there's the handoff, and that might have been a face mask that was not called. Sheridan real quickly turned to the official behind him.
Jr. is spun down.
Yeah, Davis got dragged down, definitely from behind. If that wasn't a face mask, it sure could have been maybe even a horse collar, the way that tackle seemed like it was grabbed from behind awfully high.
Carter Skolton with the tackle.
But 2-yard loss either way for the Falcons.
2nd and 12. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. Now they move Vitti into the slot left. Now they're going to shift into that wing, and it's going to be a pass. Sheridan dumps it off, short out there, and driving forward across the 50-yard line is Davis, who's got a nice gain on 2nd down.
Yeah, Davis really feels like he's the guy that they want to throw out there to just absorb punishment, because he's getting dragged down by multiple guys. All of his runs are not easy. He's earned every centimeter that he has gained here tonight.
A few substitutions coming into the game for Divine Child as the clock continues to wind down toward the 8-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. There's the replay. Nice run.
Yeah, great job by Davis getting out there in the outside and making something happen, getting a solid 5 yards.
Davis in motion, Sheridan to pass, throws one out there. He's got his man, and that's the 1st down on the far side of the field. That is number 5, Rayshawn Thomas, who grabs it for the 1st down.
Yeah, Thomas is another one of those you can count on me type wide receivers out there. Like he's very sure-handed. He's adept at getting open and finding a space, and Sheridan has so far shown the willingness to look for him even in tight spots.
Falcons now showing trips to the bottom of the screen. Sheridan barks the signals, hands it off right up the middle, and that's big number 10, rumbling Andre Davis for the 1st down and more.
Yeah, when you announced trips, I immediately shrugged and just thought, no, they're not doing that. I didn't think that they were just going to hand it and go straight up the gut, though. But this is something that maybe the Falcons should have tried earlier in the game instead of playing. If they want to run the ball, but you don't necessarily have to be in that big box. When you run those trips out to the right, you're forcing the Crusaders to follow them out there, and then there's less players to box in there and hit that running back as soon as he gets to the line of scrimmage. He's just got that much more space. So I joked about, like, let's see the spread offense, but it's kind of what's happening.
Well, we're going to see the same formation here, and there's a quick pass out here that's caught. That's number 1 driving forward for as much as he can get, and that is Damphy again. And Damphy appears to have another 1st down. He does.
And Damphy, the return man, we know he's fast. We know that he is capable of looking upfield. There you see the fake there and the play action over to Damphy. And the Crusaders were playing awfully far off of him. They were waiting for that run play back at the line of scrimmage, and Damphy took full advantage of having a couple of yards in front of him and those defenders.
Well, look at this now. Oh, they shift out of it. I was going to say we had a wing T there for a moment. Sheridan pitches it inside, and there's a run towards the end zone, and a touchdown by Damphy as he wove his way through the defenders.
Great job by Sheridan one more time to recognize exactly where his receiver is, and that pitch over to him just across the line of scrimmage, and Damphy turned and found pay dirt in the end zone.
Eli Lewis set to cut the extra point for the Falcons.
54 yards, 6 plays, and just like that, the Falcons are opening up a lead again. Extra point is up, and it is good, and that makes it 42-28, and that was a huge possession.
Yes, absolutely huge possession. You want to score on that one. You want to answer how quickly the Crusaders scored on that last one. Here you can see that touchdown play one more time. just that quick underhand flick to Damphy, and just having him in the middle of the field that way is a real luxury if you're this offense, because Damphy is fast. He's not the biggest kid out there, but he's fast and he can make things happen. So the fact that you can put a player like him into a position like that, the Falcons just have so many weapons, John.
They do, and I think you got to give a lot of credit to the head coach here. Chris, I don't know if he actually calls the game, but he puts the offensive coordinator in a position to make these calls, and he gives them the freedom to use the whole playbook, and they've used it.
And that's exactly what's happened tonight. Wide open playbook, and maybe we've only scratched the surface of it here tonight.
You never know. There's a kick that's going to hit and spin, and it's going to be trouble for the Crusaders. It's picked up at the 5-yard line, and down by gang tackling goes the ball carrier. That was number 5, it looked like.
Yeah, the Crusaders are going to have a lot of grass in front of them when they start this offensive drive.
50-50 raffle ticket here. The winning 50-50 raffle
so 6:21 to go in this one. You're down 2 touchdowns, but as Unity Christian has proven, that's not a big deal. Like they can put quick drives together. It's not even necessarily splash plays. There you can see that little bit of a miscue. That's not the first miscue on a kickoff we've seen from the Crusaders tonight, though, John, either.
No, I think both teams are going to have some things to clean up after this game. But on the other hand, both teams have really executed well.
Yes, I completely agree with that.
Up the middle they go, just trying to get some yardage here on first down.
Hudson Dirks, the ball
getting back to your execution, you are completely right about that. Both squads, I mean, clearly the Falcons with a 14-point lead and just the whole bag of tricks that we've seen from them, they're executing well. But Unity Christian, nothing to sneeze at. They had those 3 or 4 drives where they just didn't have anything to show for it. But their quarterback, I really like what I'm seeing from Williams, and they've proven that they've got multiple running backs that can get the job done.
There's a handoff up the middle again, and the ball carrier there is going to be real close to a first down. This is just going to depend upon where they put the ball down.
That's Joshua Bremer, running back, punter extraordinaire. I think he does magic tricks on the side, too.
It's third down, and it's going to be a real short yard here. Ball just inside the 15-yard line. Clock is running, though, and it's becoming one of the biggest factors here in addition to this 14-point deficit the visitors face. And, oh, my, what a defensive play.
Great play there defensively by Connor Imsland.
He smelled that one out.
And not the first time we've called Connor's name tonight either. He seems to have a really good feel for getting around those defensive ends and getting into the backfield and causing havoc.
Well, here's your ball game right here. It's fourth down and a long 5. And the Crusaders, down by 14 with 4.5 to go in this game, are going to go for it, apparently.
Allegedly,
yeah. There's the snap, and it's going to be a pass. He's rolling out, looking downfield, throws one down there, and it looked like it's caught. No, the official's saying incomplete, and the Falcons are going to take over on their own, on the visitors' 15-yard line, and that's going to about do it.
Yeah, I would think that probably about does it. That's a yeoman's effort there by everybody for the Crusaders, by Williams getting back, getting himself a little bit of time. There you can see him dancing. He's got to dance away from a few Falcons linebackers. And then the fact that he actually found a man way downfield. There you can see the dance. And not an easy job to make that throw. It seemed like he made that almost with one leg going down, and he still had the arm strength to get it to his man downfield, but he just couldn't pull it in bounds.
So the Falcons are going to try and run out the clock here. They've got a quick hitter up the middle there. that's going to go for about 6 yards.
Julian Johnson, the ball carrier. A gain of
They
5
called
on the
Julian
play.
Johnson 20 on
It'll
that
be
one,
second
gets
down
the
for
gets the ball.
Falcons.
So something else interesting I've found about what the Falcons have done, it really does feel like every drive is a different running back. So I don't know if the idea is if Coach Laney just trying to feel everybody out. I don't know if it's I'd like everybody to get some touches. I don't know if it's everybody. I want everybody to stay fresh maybe. But a really interesting tactic.
Or it could be that he's just got a lot of talented players.
Yeah.
There's a handoff again up the middle, pushing toward the goal line. And that is a touchdown. And that's about all she wrote in this one.
Yeah, I believe that's Adam Garcia that was given the ball, and he finds his way into the end zone. And, you know, looking down at those Falcon players, those Divine Child kids, this is the dream for them, right? They've been looking forward to this game for months. Feels like the whole neighborhood is coming down here to Silvery Lane to watch this game, and you're really asserting yourself as a real power in this state right now.
Extra point tacked on, and so we've got a 49-28 contest. Falcons comfortably ahead by 21 points here with 3:23 to go in this contest.
Yeah, Unity Christian, though, it'll be interesting to see what they do offensively on this time out. Maybe they start throwing it a little bit more, or just keep hammering away like this is what we do, this is who we are. It's still the first game, so we want to make sure that all our ducks in a row. We've got 8 games left for this season, right? Before the playoffs, presumably. So they need to cross all their T's and dot all their I's with this last 3.5 minutes. I think it starts with the return game because that's where things have been a little bit sketchy the second half.
High kick, it's going to come down to the 10, up to the 15, 20, and down at the 22-yard line goes the ball carrier.
That's a nice tackle there.
A 13-yard return.
That was Joe Ganick there on the tackle, if I'm not mistaken.
Wouldn't surprise me, Nick, if we start to see some clean shirts.
Somebody who hasn't been. Are you talking about for the Falcons? Both, maybe? The problem is, for at least the Crusaders, I don't think they have a lot of dudes that have those clean shirts. We've talked about it a few times. There's not a lot of kids on that sideline. But you're right. We'll probably start seeing some of the younger players. We'll definitely start seeing some of those younger players for Divine Child. And that's huge if you're Coach Chris Laney right now, right? Get these kids who are the next man ups out there with some real reps against a real good team. That's the thing that builds programs year after year.
Nickel, the quarterback, hands it off left side. And it's taken away by Divine Child, and he's moving toward the end zone. That's number 14 for the Falcons.
That is definitely Gianni Joganic. Just ripped it right away from him.
Well, that's what happens, or that's what can happen when you get the backup people in.
Yeah, that's definitely a senior taking advantage of either a tired player or, like you said, a player that might not see the field a whole heck of a lot. There you can see right there, just pulled it away, and just he was already running when he took that from him. He was thinking end zone from the get-go. Yeah, there it is. And does a great job of shaking some of those tacklers. These are mostly offensive players, so that not the greatest tacklers around out there. Timeout by Unity?
The gate near the field house will not be allowed to be used as a public entrance or
Yeah, so
exit.
we have a timeout on the field here. 49 to 28 is our score. And Nick, looking back at this game, I feel like the game kind of pivoted in the second quarter when the Divine Child defense came up with a few stops.
Yeah, that's huge. That's something that everybody rallies around and you can really build off of, especially because up to that point, Unity Christian seemed like they were doing whatever they wanted offensively. So you're right, when those players step up, they make those big plays, they get those stops, they force those punts, those unconventional punts even a little bit. Yeah, that's huge, and that can turn the whole tide of the game.
Do you think the fact that we're looking at, I don't know, 45, 50 Divine Child players along the sideline versus maybe 30 on the other side, do you think the visitors wore down a little bit?
I think that's probably in play. I don't think you're going to hear that from Coach Tibby or even any of those kids down there. They're never gonna cop to that. But that sure has a feeling, especially again, first game of the year. You know, that full game conditioning might not be there yet.
Sheridan going to run for the goal line, and he's hit right at the goal line. The official's going to mark it short. Looks like they're inside the 1, all of which is academic at this point.
Second down and goal to
It
go.
felt like Drew
Ball
Sheridan
spotted
never
number
really
1.
wanted to commit to that run. I feel like if he would have, he could have gotten in there fairly easily. But he had some stutter steps. It seemed like he was looking for his receivers the whole way. Here on that replay, you can see he really wanted to get the ball to his receiver, and that's with the stutter step, and that was a little bit. There's a great close-up look there.
Yeah, his receiver's open right there. And there is another touchdown by Divine Child. So Falcons pouring it on here in the waning moments of this game. Short touchdown for Divine Child makes it 55-28.
And, you know, I got to say, John, also, like, if you look at, somebody looks at this box score tomorrow, if that's still a thing in reality in 2026 box scores, they're going to look at maybe a rout. But this game is so much closer than 55-28.
Yeah, this game was close until we got into the fourth quarter, and then the Falcons just took charge. Extra point is good. 56-28. Falcons have doubled up on the visitors.
Yeah, and if you would have told me that in the second quarter, like one of these two teams is going to double the other team, I never would have believed it. Never in a million years.
No, not predictable at all.
No, but I do think, I mean, there's no denying how good Divine Child is right now. You're just seeing it. They've got so many weapons. They've got a calm, cool, and collected quarterback. Their defense gets the job done. They've got great schemes all around. But like you said, just the size, the ability that all of their dudes, they don't need their quarterback on defense as well, right? They don't need their number 1 wide receiver to make tackles as well, where that seems to be a thing for the Crusaders right now. And maybe in a couple of weeks, that conditioning will be full on. It'll matter a little less.
You know, we keep talking about seeing the clean jerseys out here, but they're all clean because this is artificial turf, right?
Yeah, we talked about grass, no grass.
Yeah.
The days of muddy jerseys and grass stains are long, long gone. At best, you might get some of those brown rubber skids. You might get some skid marks on your jersey, which is not as cool, John. Not as cool.
No, there's something to be said by when you play football in inclement weather, you get the mud, you get the grass stains. It's not like the old days.
It is not. But we muscle forward. We move on.
We always do. It's amazing how many high schools now have artificial turf.
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
It's almost
Yep.
exclusive.
Yep. And I remember 20, 30 years ago, virtually nobody.
Yeah.
had it.
Yeah, that was a thing for like some like really rich schools or progressive schools in one way or another. And now, like, strangely, they're talking about the unique injuries that the turf can cause, and some schools are discussing going back to the old school grass so that they don't have these kids with plantar fasciitis and turf toe and these things that are conditioned problems. And a conditioned problem is the Falcon defense for the Crusaders.
Yeah, Falcon defense really stepped it up, as we said, in the second quarter, and they've played well since then.
Brought down by Joe Crack.
And the bottom line is that the Crusaders just couldn't match the Falcon defense for intensity and success.
No gain of the play. Second down.
This Crusader offense is going to put a lot of points up on the board during the season.
I mean, even still, against this really good Falcon defense, they've got 5 touchdowns? They've got a bunch of touchdowns. You know, they've got 4 touchdowns and some 2-point conversions. So, yeah, they can do it. They did it all last year as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it just one more time shows the level that Divine Child is playing at right now.
Handoff off the right side. Falcon defense stepping up as they have most of the evening to stop that play. And we're coming up on the final minute or so of this contest. And Nick, interestingly enough, I don't think anybody's left.
No, I was just thinking that as well. I saw a couple of people stand up, but I don't think they were on their way out. Why would you, right? This is a celebration of last year, but also a celebration of welcoming in this new team. Like, nobody wants to – Coach Laney doesn't want to dwell on what happened last year. This is a whole new team. This is a bunch of new kids. This is their time. This is their era to make their stamp on things right now.
Well said. Up the middle, nothing there on 3rd down. It's going to be 4th down, and we'll see if the Crusaders even try and run another play here. 30 seconds, clock running.
Yeah, nobody's anxious to get on a bus, but I can understand it if you're going all the way across the state tonight.
For the Falcons.
Yeah, there you can see one more time, just that swarming defense. They know what's coming. And that's it for this one.
Yep, that's it. Final score here at Divine Child Alumni Athletic Complex. Falcons 56, visiting Hudsonville Unity Christian 28. Nick, what a ball game.
Quite a ball game, and like I said, Divine Child is trying to put their stamp on a brand new season here in Division 4, and they did it with a huge exclamation point against another really good football team. Everybody down there's got to feel good about themselves, and they've got just great things in front of them for this season. As we do at Cdtv, we've got a few more games this fall, so please continue to check us out. Like, subscribe, and all of that. Follow John on Twitter, and we'll see everybody at the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in. For John Kerr, I'm Nick Wisniewski from Divine Child, where the Falcons have come away with a 56-28 victory tonight.
Yeah.